Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today's video we are looking at Amazon RDS feature. So Amazon RDS is a web service that helps to set up, operate and scale the relational databases. So we no need to have our database set up directly. We can obtain service from Amazon RDS here from Amazon, which is called relational database service. So why we have to go with Amazon RDS instead of building our own database service? So Amazon RDS offers us a scaling, auto scaling. Like whenever the requirement is high, it will auto scale your Amazon RDS instance, and once you don't have a much load on your database, it will scale back. Amazon provides high availability where you can also deploy your production databases into multi-zone and also a multi-zone cluster deployments, and you can also get the backup of your databases that will also taken care by the Amazon. You don't need to do it by yourself. And patching, as we know, in a EC2 instance like OS patching and all, Amazon will take care. Similarly, if you opt for RDS service, OS patching as well as your DB patching will also be taken care by Amazon. So installation, you no need to go with the DB installation and all. If there is any hardware maintenance need to be done, and that will be taken care by Amazon. So we won't be breaking our head much if we go with opting a Amazon RDS service. Let's go to the lab and discuss brief on what is the service and what were the configurations while setting up this RDS service. So you can go to the RDS by clicking here. I have already opened it. So click on create database. So once you click on create database, you'll getting a two options like standard create and easy create. It's a self-explanatory. You can read it. Like you can set up the configurations in standard create, where in easy create that will also be taken care by Amazon itself. So I'm going with the standard create so that I can show you the more configurations what we can do with the Amazon RDS while launching our database. So engine type, we have Amazon Aurora, Aurora PostgreSQL compatibility, MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server, where in this video I'll go with MySQL. I'll also discuss a little about Amazon Aurora in the end of this video. So engine type, I have selected my SQL. As you can see here, in engine version also you can able to select. So I'm going with the latest one. And templates, as you can see, we have production, dev test and free tier. I'm going with the free tier. You can also go with the production in your environment. It costs little more, but when you go with for the production, you have this option available like availability and durability, where you have a multi-zone DB cluster, multi-zone DB and single DB instances. Based on your requirement, it's a self-explanatory this as well, and you can able to select an option which is related to your requirement. So coming to the settings, I'm giving my database name as TechieDB. Credential settings, I'm giving it as root, and I'm not here. You can auto generate a password, but I'm giving password manually. Now the next thing is instance configuration, where we have gone with a free tier, so we will be having only two options like DB T3 micro or else like T2 micro. Let's be on T3 micro. And next we have to configure the storage. Storage is general purpose SSD2 GP2. You can go with the provisioned IOPS. It's little expensive, and I won't prefer going with a magnetic for DB. The operations will be slow. So auto scaling and all, now I'm not giving any load on a server, so I'm not enabling auto scaling as well. Here in connectivity, I want to launch this into my VPC, which we have been using from our previous videos. The same VPC, I want to configure it. And coming to here, I'm selecting a public access so that I can able to access this DB instance which is created from outside. So and security group also, I have already have my security group, so I'm going with my own security group. You can go and see my previous videos for the creation of the security group and VPCs. Availability zone, I'm giving as a no preference. Let it launch on the preferred one. As database authentication password, You can also change the database port, because if 3306 is already being used for some other purpose in your organization, you can also able to change it here. But as for a training video, I'm leaving it same. Database authentication options, I'm going with the password authentication. You can also go with IAM database authentication, where you have a users created in IAM. You can able to provide access to those users for accessing this DB, and monitoring as well. I'm not enabling it now. Let's go for the additional configuration. I want to create a database here. I'm giving it as first database, parameter group and all. I'm going with the flow. And enable backups. If you want to enable backups, you can give when you want to take the backup, as like what is the retention period, how many days you want to keep that backup and all. And when we need to take a backup, you can also select the choose window, and you can give a time and duration of hours. So if you want to take the replication of that backup, you can also check in. But for now, I'm not going with the backup log. If you want to get the logs, you can also get the logs, and you can download and verify the logs of the DB. So that is also not required for us now, as we want to know just about the service. So I'm going with that. Anyway, we can't see the we are launching it on a current version. We are not able to see like maintenance as well. So even if we go with the free tier also, we'll be getting the minimal charge, where you can see it here. So let's go and create a database here. Now our database is getting created. Ignore this. As you can see the status, the DB is getting created. Once it is created, I'll also show you like how to log into this DB. Meanwhile, we can see the resources here. See, as you can see DB instance, we can able to create a 40 DB instances with this account, where you can go with 100 TB storage. Creation of DB takes little time. As you can see, the database is created now. You can view the connection details here, where you can also see your username, password for the DB, the configuration, the brief configuration details here. Let's go and see how to log into this DB. We can able to log in a two ways, like we can install SQL into our Linux or a Windows machine, and we can able to connect to this DB. But I'm using a SQL workbench here. So my SQL workbench is downloaded. So as you can see, installation is completed. Now launch my SQL workbench, click finish. After installation, you will be getting the screen. You can go to my connections, where in connection name you have to give a your database name, instance name, tap key DB there, and in host name we have to give the endpoint. I'll show you where the endpoint is. If you go to your database, click on your DB instance. Here you will be having your endpoint. You just copy this endpoint, paste it in the place of host name, and username we have given us as admin. Have to provide your password here. Now test your connection. As you can see, the connection is made successful. Let's go into the DB and see whether our first DB is created or not. So here is as you can see, the first DB we have created it, right? You can able to see, you can able to create a tables and view. Now comes to here, you can able to modify your RDS service instance, where you can able to change the engine version, password, and what type of instance configuration. If you want to increase it or decrease it, you can able to do it. You can also make the storage changes as well, as availability and durability for product. See, it is mentioned recommended for production usage. This will create a replica of your DB instance, where you can able to have a standby network type and all. If you want to change any network settings, DB authentication. See, now we have logged in with the password authentication. Later, if you want to give an access to the IAM user, you can able to do it here. You can also enable monitoring, which we haven't done previously, and maintenance window, starts log experts, everything you can able to modified here after the creation of a DB. Just click on actions. You can turn on backups. You can temporarily stop this, reboot, delete, set up as an EC2 connection. So you can create an EC2 instance and you can able to connect this uh, RDS service instance to that EC2 instance. You can also create an Aurora replica, take a snapshot. You can migrate the snapshot. Coming to here, we have a connectivity and security. And connectivity and security will be having the endpoint where we can connect, so through which port we are connecting it and in what VPC it is, what security group it is using, and you can also able to see the security group inbound and outbound rules. Coming to proxies, if you don't want to give your database direct access, you can also create a proxy and provide it to the developer in order to access from their web applications kind of. You can able to create a proxy and you can give the proxy link so that there won't be a direct connect to your database. You can still see the CPU utilization and all. See, you can still able to see the CPU utilization, database connections. So everything you can able to see it from the monitoring tab, logs and events. So you can able to see the logs, and if you want you can also able to download these logs. See, this is an error MSQL log error, and click on download and you can analyze those logs as well. Let's go into configuration where you can see your complete configuration of this instance. Maintenance I have disabled. If it is enabled, you can also able to see maintenance tags. Now we'll also see a little about Amazon Aurora. If you go create a database, standard one, you have two options using Amazon Aurora. Amazon Aurora database is Amazon says it offers a faster database comparing to MySQL, direct MySQL or else the direct PostgreSQL. So you have two options where you can go according to your requirement. So let's go with Aurora SQL. Here you have only two options, C, production and dev test. The free tier was not there. Let's go with a dev test here. So you can create a database identifier name, let it be a database and master username admin. It is just similar on creating the SQL engine like we created previously. Most of them are same, like you have to provide your master password, confirm your master password in order to log into your DB. As we selected dev test, we only have an option of Aurora standard. If we go with the production, we also have Aurora input output optimized, where we'll be having a little more faster on input output operation. Instance configuration, size of instance, you can able to select it here. So virtual private cloud and all, subnet group you have to select. If you want to give it as a public access, select public access here, and security group, password authentication. And as you can see, Kerberos authentication was not available for Amazon Aurora. If you go with the monitoring, turn on performance sites, you can able to see the performance insights and the dashboard itself. You can I'll show you. So go with additional configuration of creation database and create. So previously we have used SQL Workbench. You don't need to third-party application in order to log into your database. You can all directly use a query editor here. This will help you to run your queries directly on Amazon Aurora database. Performance insights, where you can see your DB performances and where you have to opt it for in the monitoring field. You can also able to take a snapshots of your DB instances, and you can export those snapshots to Amazon S3s as well. Automated backups, you can schedule those backups, like creating a snapshots automated by giving a particular time schedule. This is common for all the engines. That's it for this video. Hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.